What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Wolf. Hopefully the audio is okay. I know some people were complaining that it's a little dark. Not just me. Oh, just kidding. But that the volume or audio was a little on the low side, so I turned the decibels up, so hopefully it's coming in better. I tried to listen to it. It sounded better, but a little garbly, so I apologize. Just trying to help out the people who might be a little hearing impaired out there. So this particular video is about cashing in your bonds. Okay, people keep asking me, how do I do it? How do I do it? And I'm like, go to the website. But apparently they want to see me do a video on how to make sure that they can get some money. Okay. Now the other videos, if you haven't seen them, me talking about, death of somebody who's had a bond, like mom, dad, uncle, cousin, best friend, chick down the street who has to mess around with, grandma, grandpa, great-grandpappy, great-granddaddy, or whoever. I made those videos, so go back to YouTube, James C. Lovett, go to the main site for us, and search through the videos. And it's always, guys, if you guys want to see more videos, go there, because there's lots of them that you haven't seen. I have certain folders that have different videos in them that you're not always going to see in, say, the United States America folder or whatever else playlist that you guys see. So there's other videos. You just got to go there, because YouTube will not show you all of them. They don't want to promote me, because I make my videos less than 15 minutes. That's why a lot of people just blah, blah, blah for the first part of the video. Anyway, I'm blah, blah now, so let's get to it. Okay, how do we get your money? Let's go. Alright, so on this page it talks about when can I cash in my EE bonds. My E bonds, what are they worth? Do I have to authorize my attorney in fact? Remember, anybody can be an attorney in fact. Don't call yourself an attorney, which just means a turn means to turn over, which all that is, they're turning over papers. So they really don't own the word, but they like to claim it, so stay away from that. But you can use attorney in fact when you know what you're doing. And I'm not going to be your attorney in fact. Alright? How much can I cash in at one time? What will I need a cash paper bond for? What form do I need for taxes? Etc. Okay. When can I cash in my EE bonds or E bonds? Okay. If you cash an EE bond before it is 5 years old, you will lose the last 3 months of interest. EE bonds earn interest for up to 30 years if you do not cash the bonds in before maturity. So the longer you hold the bonds, up to 30 years, the more it's going to be worth. If you've been affected by a disaster, special provisions may apply. All E-bonds and some EE bonds have stopped earning interest and should be cashed. So if those people who are of the Wolf's age, 27, 30 plus at least, you probably fall into your bonds, your, social security numbers, EE, CUSIP numbers on the back, wedding certificates, things of that nature, paper bonds and whatever else. You're probably about time to be cashed out. Okay? So obviously they're saying right now, so 30, yeah. So if you're 30 years old or older, you probably have an EE bond, which is why some people are like, I can't find mine. Well, you have to adjust that same number, use that CUSIP number in the converter, find the trading number, and then you put that in, but you might have to use that same number on I, E, EE, HH, and whatever else they have in there, because depending on when you were born, those letters indicate the year that you were born. So you might have to play around with them a little bit. Okay? Yes, they do make it as complicated damn near as possible. And when they mature, they're not going to find you, even though they're supposed to under executive order. But, oops, can't, don't know where you went, you moved, you grew up, you're no longer at your house that you were at 30 years ago when you were a kid or when you got married. Well, some of y'all might still be in your mom's basement. For shame. But anyway, not knocking it, get your hustle on, do what you got to do. But get out sometime soon. I'm tired of seeing these videos of bros and whoever else, chicks living in a basement on one mattress, and dudes bringing girls down to their mom's basement. That was so last year for me. I don't do that anymore. I'm just kidding. All right. So, how do I authorize an attorney in fact to cash my bonds? Now, you remember, you guys don't need this. You can actually take the paper bonds right to your banks, and they will cash them for you. But for instructions, you're going to use FS Publication 0105. Alright, how much can I cash in at one time? You can cash in a minimum of $25, and any amount above that in 1 penny increments. So, I know one lady reached out to me. I'm not going to mention her name. Hopefully she's going to take me on a dinner date or something with all the money that she's going to be getting after I helped her discover this stuff. But about 300K. Okay, she did her work. She's got everything on the way. Should probably check mine out again at some point in time. I don't know. I'm just so busy reading books and doing other stuff. People are like, oh my God, if you've got money sitting there. Oh, sure. No, let's take a break. So you're going to talk about me not cashing in mine, but you guys haven't cashed in yours yet because you're still learning? At least I know how to do it. So, nah, the trash heap has spoken. Sorry, up early. All right, so paper bonds. There's generally no limit to the total value you may cash in a single transaction. However, banks may vary in their own policies on how much cash you can do in one transaction. Banks also may have a policy to not cash a savings bond at all. Okay? So, what will I need to cash in a paper bond? Okay, once again, you can visit your bank. Typically, they won't cash in anything at the bank less than $1,000. I'm not even going to go into all that. To cash it in through the Treasury, you need to complete Form 1522, download it or order it. To mail it in, you got to mail it into their Treasury Retail Securities Services, P.O. Box 214, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55480. Regardless of your cash of your bonds, if you aren't listed as the owner or co-owner on a bond, you have to submit a legal evidence or other documentation to show that you are entitled to it. We don't return legal evidence. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Savings bonds cannot be transferred if you find a bond that belongs to someone else or buy a bond online on an auction site. You cannot cash it. If you inherit a bond through a death of the bond owner, then once again go back to the video I made or click here where it says death of a savings bond owner. Okay, we talked about all that. Will I get forms for my taxes? Yes, IRS form 1099 INT. Okay, which means it's an interest bearing and you are getting money in. Okay, because typically you're being paid, rather. You're being paid. So your 1099s, those people that don't know, I've made these videos on them. You've got your 1099A, 1099Bs, 1099Cs, and I'm not going to go through all that now, but let's just say if you are making payments to something, let's just say car, house, excuse me, cough, or whatever, anywhere you're paying somebody money, you can 1099 them, whether it's a 1099A or 1099C, which I believe, if I remember correctly, the C is if you own the account and you're closing it, I believe. So just look them up or go back through the videos to get that information. But yeah, so if you're but because they're paying you money, they're going to 1099 you. Okay, so you have to pay the taxes on the money, which is why if you're making payments to somebody, they have to pay those taxes, and you are entitled to some of that money back because you paid. You're the financier. You are a secured party or a creditor. Can I find out if an EE or E bond has already been cashed out or replaced? Start with your local financial institution. Okay, now this part I didn't know. It may be able to tell if you have a bond, if the bond is eligible for redemption. If the bank can't help you, you may contact them. If you are the owner or co-owner, send a signed request to the address below. Be sure to include the serial number of the bond. So for those people who have the numbers, but you're not sure, you can't find it, write them. Ding! Knowing is half the battle. All right. If the owner of the bond or both co-owners have died, you must provide such proof of copy of death certificate of the deceased person. So if somebody you know who has died, like I said in the other video, you can send in a copy or certificate of death for each person who is deceased to see if they've had these securities or what they have associated with their names and their accounts. You guys are leaving all this money on the table. Who else is teaching you guys this but the Wolf? I'm sure there's, like the rest of my videos, you're going to see a lot more people copying it, which is okay, I guess, too. At least just send me a shout out to James C. Lovett channel, aka the Badwolf. That's all I'm asking. And for those people who are using my information out there, fellow wolves, if you see somebody using this information inappropriately, report them, because it's unauthorized. They're promoting hate information, trying to call people sovereigns and BS and whatever to raise the hit counts on their other moronic people on their channel. Not my people, because they're all awesome. Except for the 1 or 2 people who have joined my channel just to put a thumbs down on it, which is really weird. I'm giving you information you never knew before, but you still want a thumbs down. Oh, that's because they're probably trolls. But I digress. We do not go tit for tat with other channels, so I'm not going to mention any names. Let's keep going. All right, so send your request to the Treasury Retail Securities Service, where I told you that address earlier. What if I think I may be missing a bond that is over 30 years old and I don't know if it was ever even cashed? Oh. Well, start with a quick search of our Treasury Hunt search engine to see if any of your bonds on your own appear in the database. If so, you'll get information on how to claim and cash them. Treasury Hunt is updated monthly. Okay? So, that's where we're going next. Talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe on the way out. Mwah! Love all you guys, you beautiful, beautiful people. And wolves. Can you find a wolf attractive? Yes, you can. Talk to you guys later. Take care of yourselves.